In my player's house with no mods video, I asked if you guys wanted me to show you how to build it. And the more I thought about it, I realized that I should show you anyway. I don't know why. I mean, there was just a couple of people who asked to see the build video. But for some reason, I felt compelled to make this video, regardless of the small amount of you who actually wanted to see it. Alright, so this build is actually fairly simple, but there are a few tricks that you have to do to get around the many limitations that Bethesda so graciously put on the building system. So I'm going to show you all of those in this video. Hopefully it will help you even if you aren't trying to replicate this house. So I went ahead and built the foundation because this is the easiest part. It's 4 shack foundations wide and 3 deep for the house and the front porch area. And then I put 2 floor pieces in the middle over here for the back deck. I guess yeah, it's a deck, I guess. I don't know. But I put all the railings up because I knew where they were going to go. You don't have to do that right away. I just went ahead and did it to save some time. So the first thing we're going to do is work on the dock over here. I like to snap in the shack steps first before I put in the pieces for the dock. You don't have to, but I think it's a little bit easier to have them there when you go to line everything up. So I'm going to use a few shack bridges for the dock, and you see how the left side sticks up a little bit and the right side kind of slouches down? You want to start off with the side that sticks up a little higher on the outside because see, it clips in with the bottom of the stairs, and that way there's no gap. Look at that, lined up perfectly on the first try. Someone is getting a little too good at this. Or, has no life and this is what they do all day. Anyways, you can't place another one right beside it, you see, because it was like, no, it's too close, stop. So the way you get around that is by snapping out at least 2 more bridges, remove the middle one, and then you can try to place this one on the other side while the other bridge in the water is holding your place. And this one is not turning green at all. Sometimes you have to grab it at a different angle and see if that will work. And this one's just like, nope, no, we're not doing it. This is not happening. See, normally I would cut all this stuff out, but I want to show you guys that you do have to fight with it a little bit. Just do the thing! Fuck! Okay, fine. If that one's being a little bitch, which it is, here's what you do. Snap out another one to the one that we already had out there. That way this one doesn't try to snap to it. Just makes it a little bit easier. And we're going to try to line up what would be the second bridge. And see, look, it's snapped in, so I got to make sure that it's lined up. And it is not at all. Okay, so I got to bring it out a little bit and then bring it up. And see, that should do it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let me flip it around. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let's make sure that it is, yes, the right side. So let's make sure that's lined up here. All right, perfect. Fuck me. All right, so I'm going to snap in the rest of the bridges. It takes a second, so I'm just going to skip through it. There we go. Okay, so now to finish the dock, I'm going to switch over to the barn tab under miscellaneous and use these posts. I'm going to skip this part too because all you have to do is line them up as close to the dock as you want. And the dock is finished. Thank God, man. That was the hardest part of this whole build, I promise you. Everything else is really fairly simple. Okay. So I'm going to do the outside walls. I like to switch between metal and wood for these kind of builds just to change up the texture a good bit. So I'm going to use this outer cap and then switch over and use the wood version of that same one, which is this one. And then for the back, I'm going to put in one of those larger outer caps that hang off a little bit wider. So I'm placing in this shack bridge to go underneath it. I used to do this a lot before I had mods because I didn't like how the walls looked like they were hovering. So I place down one of those bridges, line it up as close to the floor as I can, and then pop in the wall. Get over there. There we go. Okay, so now it looks like it has some supports. And then I'm just going to place in the side walls. I did the same thing on the other side. I just didn't want to show it to save some time on the video because I really want to get to this part, the front part. This is where you actually have to do a few things and it's not just about the build order. So I put in the upper floor piece right there. That way I can snap in the roof. I want to put the front porch roof in first because if I try to put them in after the walls, it just won't work. Believe me, I have tried. For the side of the house, I'm just using these thin walls because they snap underneath the roofs. I don't have to worry about them too much. And then I'm going to go, which side? It doesn't really matter. Let's just do the front side. Okay, so with this part, you could easily snap in a thin wall, but I don't want to do that because it's too easy. I want to use one of these, and I think they look better, but it just won't go, right? See, it's just red. Nope, not happening. Sorry, buddy. But if you look down, it goes green for some reason. I don't know why. I could venture a guess, but I'm probably wrong, so I won't. I'm just trying to line this one up now. You can do the same thing on the back side. Just select it and look down, and that looks good. And see, we were able to get this wall in here without having to use the rug glitch, get it lined up and everything. And once it's in here, the best part is that you can snap in the rest of the walls and you don't have to do that all over again. See, look at that, right on in. And then this side too, let's go back to the wood walls. I can't remember which ones I used for the first video, so I think it's very similar. And it snaps right on in, and there we go. I use that same method for the walls on the back and then also on the inside. So what I'm doing now is covering up the inside of the outer caps because I'm not a big fan of them. You can't really put anything on the walls when you go to decorate, so I like using these in front of it. See, it's slightly different, but it makes it easier to decorate. So I put in the back walls the same way I did the front, and now I'm putting in the upper floor. But for this build, you want to use regular floor pieces instead of upper floor pieces because of how we build the doorway for the bathroom. So this part right here, you see, it will not go in, right? No matter, even if I look down, that does not work because of the floor above it. And if I remove the floors and then put the doorway in, I couldn't put the floors back. So here's what you do. You see how this front doorway is sitting on top of the floor because of how I placed it down? So since I put this wall right next to it the same way I did the other one, if I click on it, you see it snapped down into the floor. I'll do it again. If I click on it, now it's popping down into the floor. And the reason why is because I put this metal door or metal wall right to the left of it. And whenever I click on the doorway, it snaps to it. But I don't want the front doorway to sink in, so I'm going to leave that how it is. I'm just going to use that same technique on the inside for the bathroom doorway. So I'm going to use the metal wall. You can use any of these thin walls, but I think the metal one works a little bit better. I don't know. I haven't tested it, but it just works for me. And then watch. Snaps right in, no problem. And see, if I would have used the upper floor pieces for the top floor, that wouldn't have worked because it would have been hanging down too low and blocking the doorway to go in. And now all I'm going to do is snap in, or not snap it, I'm going to put in one of these walls. So I got to grab it at a different angle so it will stop snapping, and there we go. Just line it up. And then do the same thing for the smaller wall on this side, and this will complete the whole downstairs area. Alright, so upstairs is pretty easy. I switched over to the warehouse tab, which we get from the Contraptions DLC, and you see that these wall pieces will not snap to the floors here because of the roof. See? Nope, not happening. Nope, 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 nope. So here's what you do to get around that. On this side, I can snap in the wall because nothing's blocking it. So I'm going to put these in, and then I'm going to use the window because I want the window right here. And if you hit the right trigger on your controller, see, it moves it over. And same thing if you hit the left trigger. And you can move it back and forth as fast as you want. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And then you do the same thing all the way around. This top part, I didn't have to do anything tricky. I just put in the rest of the walls and then put in the roof. Alright, so I went ahead and put in these pillars because these are literally from the concrete tab and I didn't have to do anything. They just place in, so nothing special there. The last part I want to show you is this little, I guess it's like a storage shed that I have attached to the house. All you do is really simple. You just put in one of these walls. These will just get right on the edge. And then we're going to switch over and do the rug glitch. This is the only time that I have to do this. And it goes in without any problems. You just got to make sure you line it up properly. So here we are. Line it up with the floorboards. And there we go. That should do it. And there it is. So if you want to see this whole house decorated, check out the original tour video I did. The link is in the description. Alright, thanks for watching. I would really like to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for a place to share your builds with me, get some help with mods, or just simply talk about anything Fallout, then come check out my Discord server. The link is in the description. I'm very interactive on there, and the community that we've built has been such a great thing to be a part of. And if you want to see more builds from me, check out these next videos that YouTube picked out for you based off of your viewing history, which is definitely not invasive or creepy at all. And if you enjoyed this build, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.